Grim scenes as Russian troops continue their siege of Ukraine, and diplomats scramble in global capitals to stop this conflict. But at home, President Joe Biden is facing tough questions about how the stringent sanctions against Russia are affecting Americans. Gas prices have hit a near record $4 per gallon across the U.S., and Biden is under pressure from across the political spectrum to do something, though there is no consensus on what he should do, and he hasn't decided, the White House said.
Well, no decision has been made at this point by the president about a ban on importing oil from Russia. And those discussions are ongoing internally and also with our counterparts and partners in Europe and around the world.
Ukraine's president on Monday called on Biden to make that move.
Sanctions should include a boycott of Russian exports, in particular a refusal of oil and oil products from Russia. It can be called an embargo or just a moral issue when you refuse to give money to terrorists. A boycott of imports to Russia, if they don't want to respect civilized rules, they shouldn't get goods and services from civilization.
In recent weeks, the White House has quietly made the rounds to oil producers the U.S. usually keeps at arm's length, including Russia-friendly Venezuela, to discuss alternative sources of oil. White House officials have also met with Saudi and Iranian officials, and those discussions hinge on much more than oil, Psaki said.
The most important reason why we are focused and have been focused on having these discussions with the Iranians and our P5+1 partners is to prevent Iran from acquiring a nuclear weapon. That is why we're in these negotiations. We are getting closer. There are still important components to work through, but certainly the discussion of oil is a part of that, but the most important reason is to prevent them from acquiring a nuclear weapons.
Meanwhile, along the Ukrainian-Belarusian border Monday, Russian and Ukrainian delegations met for a third round of talks that both sides said made little progress.
I'm telling you honestly that our expectations from the talks have failed, but we hope that we'll be able to make a more significant step forward next time. The talks will continue.
But in this uncertain time, one thing is unwavering: Ukrainians' resolve. Champion heavyweight boxer turned Kyiv mayor Vitaly Klitschko is among those holding the line outside the capital against a Russian advance.
Every house, every street, every checkpoint, we will fight to the death if necessary. No one wants to die, but if necessary, we will protect, most of all, our children, our families.
Harsh words as this conflict stares down a third week, while the world watches. Anita Powell, VOA News, the White House.